think we are live. Hello guys, today I want to show you how KT eRentals management system works and how to navigate with ease while using the platform. So this is our landing page for the platform. You can go through this and see the key features we offer, which is automated rent, auto reconciliation, bulk invoicing and billing, SMS, financial reports, smart reminder and notifications. Okay, it's a very good, beautiful site. So once you're here, we can get started, and when you click on get started, you will be taken to the portal page. So once you register and log in, this will be a dashboard where you manage your properties and your tenants. Okay, in the dashboard we have a glimpse of what's happening in your rental business. So you can see your gross revenue, any new tenant that month, deposit, occupancy report, February rent, prepayment, service charge, VAT, outstanding balances, and a graph of how your payment trends goes. Okay, so this landlord hasn't been active on the platform yet, but that is your dashboard. So if you want to add a new property, you come to properties, my property, and it will load. So we'll have this button to create your property. You click on the create property button, you add the property name, the plot number, any other this information, and then you click on create. So once a property is created, it will be listed. In this table, you can do a search on it. So this our apartment Sunrise Heights. Click on it and see the details that will be presented to you. So this is what we have, and you can edit some of these details as a landlord to this property. So now we have one property. Now we need to add units to this property. Okay, so you come to units. Okay, under units, so these are small stats about the units you have. You click on create unit, and then you select an apartment. If you didn't create an apartment, this won't show up. So if you created one, it will show up, and then you specify if it's 1 bedroom, you give it a name, the which floor it is, the area, square area, a monthly rent and deposit you expect for that unit, and then you click on create. So once it is created, we have one here. So this unit created for this apartment. So these are basic information. You can add photos to this unit. Water meter readings are also shown here, and service charges under this unit are being displayed. So you can edit it. Maybe if you have a tenant already occupied, okay, you can vacate that tenant or shift the tenant. So if you click on vacate the tenant, it will actually terminate the lease, send a notification to the tenant, and begin the vacation process. Okay, if a tenant want to shift from one unit to another, you do have this. And then if you have an empty or a vacant unit, you select it and then submit. For the vacate one also, you may remember you have to be cautious of this. It will actually vacate this tenant from the unit. Okay, now we have one unit, one property, and now we need to add users to our platform. So click on user management, click on tenants. These are an overview stats of what we have. So if you want to add a new tenant, you can create tenant in a sequential one by one, or you can upload tenant details and they will be created on the system. So if you want to create a new tenant, you just select which apartment you want to create it, which unit. If it is a unit, will be selected only if it is vacant, an email address for the tenant, first name, last name, and these other details. So once the tenant has been added, you'll see the details here. So we have just the details you can edit, or any other document the tenant want to manage. So once a tenant has been created, there are two things that happen. One, a lease agreement is sent to the tenant, and an initial invoice is also sent to the tenant. So if you want to see, it's actually automated. For the lease, you come to the leases, and you'll find the lease being shown here. So if you click on this lease for this tenant, you'll find the information here, who the tenant is, he's paying monthly, the rent is 100 shillings, the start of this lease was 2025, who is the landlord, deposit amount, when is it ending, is it active or is it terminated. So you can find the lease agreement here. Okay, this is not a lease agreement, but this is a dummy one. Okay, but that's the lease agreement. It will be a document, it will be a document like that one, and the tenant can download, sign, and re-upload the lease. Okay, can also do some edits on the lease. So we do have a lease, tenant, one unit, and a property. So the initial invoice sent to the tenant will be under invoices. So if we'll find the invoice here, I think it was the first invoice. Yep, this invoice is overdue, unfortunately. So you have the ID, you have the invoice number, and all those information, and the payment records for that particular unit. So you can view the PDF, and you'll get the PDF invoice sent to the tenant, how it will look like. So this is how it will look like. This can be customized to your own liking or your own brand. Yeah, it is customizable, but for now it is by default using the system brands. Okay, you can edit an invoice, so just change the due dates, or you can create credit note and add a payment to this invoice. So once you create a payment, the tenant automatically receives a receipt and a notification that a payment has been made. Okay, so you just have in the transaction ID, when was it payment made, say today, how much did you pay 50 shillings, and the payment type was, yeah, so you have rent. If you want to make advance payments, deposit, or service charge. So let's click on deposit. Maybe he didn't clear his deposit, he paid through M-Pesa, and then click create. So you'll be given a confirmation prompt like, are you sure you want to create the payment? Please note that the tenant will be issued payment receipt via email. If you confirm this, there must be deposits. Okay, so we do have a problem there. Let me take rent, and then click on M-Pesa, and then click create. Sure. Okay, the payment record has been recorded, so it is a manual payment. And then a tenant receives a notification that a payment has been successful, as follows. So this is the notification the tenant receives. Hope you can see it. Yep, so that's the notification, and an email receipt for what has been paid. And then if you come to reports, so payments, you'll find the payments, even the recent payment will be added to this invoice, and then all other payments will be shown for that particular, for every invoice. So this will be your table for payment made to your system. You can export this data, by the way. export as CSV, and you'll have a good presentation of your data. So deposit refund, if a tenant is vacating, there's this deposit refund where you need to issue back the deposit to the tenant. So this is how you find it here. For reports, financial report, we do have this. So if you want to generate a report, you click on generate an income statement. For which year? Let me say 2026. 2026 01 or 02. Let me say 01. Okay, that is January. So you click on generate, the invoice will be generated. So you find that January, this tenant only had an income of 20 shillings. Balance sheet, it will be a similar process. Cash flow, same thing. So if you click on balance sheet and then generate for as of 2026 January out of 2026 02 01, click on generate. So it will generate the balance sheet, and then you'll have your sheet has been created. So this is how our balance sheet looks like: tenant receivable, credits, and all that. Property report, so this is also a very good report on the system. We can get a report for every month you want. Okay, so let me say 2026 2025 November, which apartment was it, and then generate. Good. So we do have that property report. So there was 0 vacant, 1 was occupied, the rate was 100%. So you had 1 active tenant. You only receive a deposit of 20 shillings and all that. So who paid? The invoices will be shown in this table. Expiring soon will also be shown there. If you want to talk to your tenants, so this is under communication. So you can see the messages sent. Like for example, view this message and you'll find this is the message that was sent to the tenant. These are automated SMSs. Another thing about invoicing is that the invoices are generated automatically on the system. You can also create invoices manually. So if they're auto-generated by the system, they're not being sent to the tenant instantly. You need to do that manually. Verify if any record is missing or any record is off, and then you do a preview and then just click on issue to all tenants and it will be issued. So you do have maintenance. If a tenant wants to get maintenance records for issued by the tenant, this is where you find the request. So a tenant will initiate a request that my sink tap is not working, and send a picture with it. You'll find that record listed here. You also do have a referral program. So if you're a landlord or a property manager, you can refer a colleague and then earn from the platform here. So you just generate your code, and once you have a code, if someone registers with your code, you can earn from the platform. Okay, so another thing I forgot to mention is that we do have a one-time subscription when upgrading to the platform, but on monthly basis our pricing are as follows. So it is 3,000 5 to 20 units, 5 to 50 units, 21 to 50 units is 5,000, 51 to 100 units is 7,500, and above this is 110 units, 110 shillings per unit per month. Okay, so this is how the platform is, and a very beautiful platform. Cheers.